Stop chasing, man. How y'all feeling? Get on in here. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. How y'all feeling? Get on in here. Welcome, 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 welcome. What's going on? How you feeling? How you doing? Liz in the building. I see you. You grateful to have a free trip to the Bahamas? Okay. Yeah. All right, Liz. So where should I meet you at? Where should I meet you? Where should I meet you to go to the Bahamas? Do I need to come and meet? I gotta come meet you where you at, and then we go from there, or should I just meet you in the Bahamas? How we doing this? He said your son is paying for his two younger sisters and me to go to the Bahamas, so I am very grateful. That's so dope. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Doop. You already know when y'all come in here, y'all know what to do, man. Hit the like button. Listen. Yesterday was an incredible live. We got to 50 likes, pretty quickly. I don't want this, I don't want today to be anything different. So when you come in here, hit the like button. Doop. Never going to gatekeep any levels from you, okay? Never going to gatekeep any levels or information. All I need you to do is just free the likes. You feel what I'm saying? Doop. Hit the like button. It really makes a difference on the channel. Gets it out to everybody that needs to see it. All right, Marcus, how you feeling over there, bro? Candy said, top of the morning, Sally and AM crew, grateful that God provides me with wisdom daily, and I'm extremely grateful for you and your crew that is constantly sharing their knowledge. Hey, Candy, that just warmed my heart. I appreciate that. All right, we're grateful to have you as well. Now stop playing and get on in there. Yeah, I'm in here. Doop. You already know what's going on. All right, you already know I'm here. All right. A little delayed, but you know what I'm saying? They're not. We right up in here. All right. So look, I'm just gonna get kicked off. I like to start off every broadcast, just kind of setting the intention, right? So, I wanna set the intention that anybody who has any sort of doubt surrounding investing is given something to reinvigorate that drive and that passion that they started with, right? So a lot of times people start off excited, right? They want to make a difference. They want to change their life. And then statistically, people slowly start to drop off. People slowly start to stop believing that they can really take this thing to the next level. So my intention is that something today, it don't even got to be like a big trade, but just something creeps up in you to just remind you like, hey, man, like just get back on it. Stay around the right people, stay in the right environments, and you really just start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. All right, it's a journey. It's a journey in trading in life. It's not always going to look like the big thing all at once. But little by little, tweak by tweak, next thing you know, like you've really built something. You know what I'm saying? Like go take a look at something that you might have started like 5 years ago that you stayed committed to. Sometimes being reminded of where you came from with something that you actually stuck to can show you what the process and the journey looks like. All right, it's nothing but another journey, another process, right? No different than any other one you've taken. All right. Father $50. What up, man? Wise, what's going on? Hey, listen. Also, before we get started, I got to say this, y'all. This is not financial advice. All right, I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff in here, but it's not financial advice. Okay? I'm not advising you to do anything. Again, y'all, look, don't play. As y'all come in, doop, hit the like button. You already know what to do. As soon as you come in, it's the entry. All right? The entry is the doop, hit the like button. All right? Again, as you hit the like button, is letting more people like you know about this. All right, YouTube rewards, people who get likes and comments. Right, I'm here every day. Listen, let me tell y'all something. 5 a.m. on the daily. You know what else you could be doing at 5 a.m. What else you could be doing? What else I could be doing? Sleeping. I'm deciding I could give up a little sleep to show up for the people. I could give up a little sleep to make sure people have what they want. Only thing I ask for in return, doop, hit that like button. All right? That little drop of exactly as big as the you feel me? See, that's a wise man right there. Don't switch it up. When she says stay right there, you say, but I love just the way yeah. No, I appreciate it, but no, you definitely gotta Candy know what I'm talking about. You like that last example of how you need to stay consistent, huh? It's a fact. It's a fact. All right. So look, I'm gonna kick this off again. Like I said, not financial advice. Anything you do is completely on you, on your own merit, your own due diligence and research. All right. You're not doing it because I'm telling you to go do it. Also, results are not typical. We talk about a lot of things and outcomes and stuff like that, but it varies from person to person, day to day, week to week, month to month. All right. So can't count on that. Can't be like, oh, he said it was going to get 1,000%. It wasn't exactly 1,000%. It was going to be 100%. It was 95%. Nah, don't do none of that. All right. The results will vary based on the person because y'all got different fingers. One person's fingers might be a little slower than the other person's fingers. Y'all got different brains, right? Y'all got different everything. So the results will vary as a result. So all right, I'm gonna say this right. Wise, because I gotta hit you with a, what I mean. I gotta hit y'all with a dad joke, man. Every day I gotta hit y'all with a dad joke. All right, so I got two for y'all today. All right, so let me ask y'all this: Why was the librarian kicked off the flight? Why was the librarian kicked off the flight? Because it was overbooked. It was overbooked. All right, look, I got another one. Why was the baseball stadium so cold? Because it was full of fans. Get it? Full of fans. All right. Is this thing on? All right, one more. What type of chocolate do they serve at airports? Plain chocolate. I can really do this all day, y'all. Like seriously, I really enjoy this. I can really do this all day. All right. I can really do this all day. All right, y'all. He said it was definitely on the Listen, man. Come on. Are you just mean me up, Wise? Listen, man. All right, let's get into it, y'all. We got that out of the way. All right. We're going to get into these levels, get into these charts. I'm going to show you guys what I'm seeing for the day. Things that have already worked out, things that are brewing, and what the outlook is for the day. He said, y'all think he making up dad jokes? These his normal jokes. Hey, listen, it's always going to be one hater, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to be a one. Look, all I got to do is have a baby, and we could just call them, like, they'll be dad jokes for real. But for right now, I guess they just my jokes, huh? Father 50 said, you better at the charts. Hey, y'all funny, man. Y'all are hilarious. All right, look, we're going to get into it. Man. You gotta laugh, man. You gotta live life and enjoy, man. And sometimes Sometimes a corny joke is the gateway. All right, all right. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. Oh shit, wrong joint. My bad. You here. Alrighty. Alrighty. So right now I got silver pulled up, y'all. Silver. I think is a solid play over the next few months. Looking at it from the daily perspective, I called this one yesterday in the group, and it already made some people money. Some people got into earlier expiration dates. So they was just like, you know what? I'm in an early expiration date. Let me just go ahead and take my profit. Somebody had like 50%. Somebody had, somewhere else around there. I think the highest I seen mine go was like 10%, maybe a little bit higher. But I also wasn't really monitoring it too much because I have it out for 30 days. So I'm waiting for a bigger move to take place. I wanted to come to like the 62 area, even up here at 64 would be amazing, which it absolutely has the potential to do, as long as it can continue to stay above the 200. So I'm loving silver. I think especially if we get like a day that is like deeply corresponding to some event that's taking place, in the Middle East. If there's any type of like war talk or anything dealing with that, just for a day, I think we see this go crazy. And typically, somehow the technicals always are like a leading indicator of some news that winds up following and pushing it in a certain direction. Silver has performed incredibly this year, and it's a certain floor that it's already holding. I think that at some point we're going to return to highs and even make newer highs, and we may even see $200 silver, and even possibly 5 to 1,000. But of course, like over the next maybe like 10 years or something like that. But silver is one of them things that will surprise you in the future. Again, accumulating silver is not a bad thing, whether it's physical or digital. I truly believe that this is something that's going to continue to grow. I was introduced to silver at a super low price. I was encouraged to do it by somebody that was kind of like a mentor to me at the time, and I took the advice a little bit later. If I would have took it exactly then it would just be ridiculous. But that's neither here nor there. So silver, we are looking to take it at $62 minimum, but 64 would be even greater. All right. This is not necessarily today. This is just like an update on something that we're already in. All right. Let's go and look at where we at? Oracle, y'all. We cashed out on Oracle yesterday. Made some good money on Oracle swings yesterday. Oracle is currently slightly down, but do not be confused. Oracle is still him. All right, just look at it. Just look at Oracle. Just look at it. Look at all these. Look, it need braces, and we about to go put them on. All right, we about to go fill all these gaps. So it's down like 0.93. Again, I want to see this come up to 160. Right, that's for Oracle that expires the 21st. All right. I also have Oracle that expires in June of 2027, which I shared a little glimpse of yesterday, which is just killing it right now. So, again, Oracle is a pretty easy shot. There's nothing here that we have to really concern ourselves with. We just need to, up in yesterday, like take over yesterday's highs and just continue pushing. All right. There's nothing here that really says that this wants to stop. This level right here, I think is from something. I don't know what this is from. This is from something else, but there's no There's no levels over here right now, not on the daily. Right? This is a clean opportunity to push up. So a lot of times when something is super obvious, they will try to hit you with like a hesitation. You know what I mean? Like something to kind of throw you off a little bit. But we got the move right here, unless there's some sort of news catalyst that just shits on software and just shits on tech altogether. But if that doesn't happen, again, we got a really nice, really nice shot here. Another thing that it could possibly do is maybe want to pull back and form like a version of a shoulder or something like that at this fair value gap. But I don't believe that that's the case. We did have a little slight pullback here in the earlier part of August. So I believe that that's all it needed to continue. So now we're just kind of like, we're just waiting. We just got to, matter of fact, I think today is going to be, really critical in the overall picture. All right, so let's move to the weekly just to kind of see like how it's shaping up. Same thing on the weekly, y'all. So at absolute worst, excuse me, at absolute worst, 160 is where it's going to come. That's the target. That's the target anyway, 160. At absolute worst, I think on the weekly it closes here because, or even next week closes here and forms a bear flag to then fall down. But again, there's, before then, I don't really see anything other than it hitting the 21. It's already above the 200. I don't see anything but the 21 that would make it fall. There's literally, on the daily and the weekly, there is nothing holding it back. There's no resistance. There's no resistance on the daily and the weekly. So that lets me know that at some point over the next couple of weeks or something, unless we go into some sort of consolidation, they want to go in a direction. All right. All right. Let's see what y'all talking about. Numar, what's going on? You said you love silver, but it's silver definitely slow, but silver one of them joints you're gonna wake up and be like, damn. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason. Like if I'm playing any metals or any sort of like index, something like that, like some sort of fund, I like to get it out, for a decent amount of time to kind of give it a little space. Reese, how you feeling over there, Reese? Good to see you. You said Microsoft. I got you. Don't worry. I got you. All right, let's get back to it. All right, I'm gonna look at what else was we eyeing yesterday? What did Google do yesterday, y'all? Did they ever come and fill that gap to the downside? Let's see. How did Google close? Okay. That's on the weekly. Yeah, we could continue falling. Again, we just got 2 days left in the week, y'all. Let me see this on the daily. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it's losing a little bit of momentum, which I like to see, because a little bounce up and then a failure would definitely be a strong indication that it wants to continue to come down to test this 200 right here. So yeah, I don't mind if Google has this little fun to the upside for a quick second, and then decides to fall. That'll be right around this area would be a good point. Like once it decides to break back down to enter. So breaking yesterday's lows after a test to the upside would be a great entry for Google. So I like it in that way, in that regard. All right, Microsoft. Let's see what Microsoft got going on. Yeah, buddy. I don't see why we don't get a continuation. Yeah. I don't see why we won't. We got a reversal, flat day, and then a pullback. We are in. I must have drew this the other day, like a little. Oh, see this. Look. This is what I be trying to show y'all. Look, I drew this the other day before there was even a pullback. I don't know if y'all remember. Just go back. Just go back a couple of lives. I think it was like maybe 2 lives. Y'all remember when I drew this bull flag before it was even a thing, right? I drew this flag and I was like, yo, it could potentially start to pull back, right here in this area. And it looks like that may be the case. 2 more days of this is a fail 2 up, which means that we could spend another like week or two pulling back, which is already showing on the daily like the full pullback, right? So when you look at the weekly and daily, it looks like it does want to come and pull back to this fair value gap before getting some sort of strength to bounce and then potentially make a move to break out of this flag. All right, but again, I drew the flag because the flag is going to be is going to kind of like show you what it's doing. Like if it is consolidating and staying within that range. If it breaks below, then it does have 2 gaps that it wants to come fill. It got fair value gaps 2 up here, but it also has these these gaps in the actual chart. All right, so yeah, we talking about 3 fair value gaps here. All right, so Microsoft could pull back pretty substantially, but we'll just have to kind of like wait and see. As of today, I would be looking for some sort of continuation to the downside. So of course, dropping down to lower time frames and seeing if there's any sort of synchronicity or alignment with the higher time frames or something that is hinting at a downward continuation or a bearish trend on the day. All right, we can find this out a number of ways. You can find it out it being below the the VWAP on a lower time frame, like the 30 through the hour, right? Getting some sort of close on like the hourly time frame will let you know, okay, this is a bearish trend. It testing higher, breaking below previous day lows is another indication that it may want to spend, today bearish. So we'll just be watching throughout the day. This is definitely something that I'll discuss. But Microsoft has had a tremendous run since since I would say like the past 2 weeks. If I'm looking at this, past 2 weeks, it had a crazy run. So it's just taking a little break. I don't necessarily think that it's going to come back and fill all these fair value gaps like so soon. I think it will continue to break to the upside and even go beyond 500. But it just need to take a little break. It need to bend its knees a little bit so it can leap through. All right, so that's Microsoft. And again, like I said, we'll keep our eye on it to see what changes as it changes. All right, ARM too. Let's go see what ARM is doing. That was another one that we're in that's taking a little longer than what I like. So we held the structure here, right? So we're flagging here on the daily, held the structure, is holding strong, bouncing strong off the fair value gap, which is a really good sign. When I go to the weekly on ARM, you're going to see that it is starting to push up, right? This candle was bigger, one day this week. Now it's starting to push up. We're starting to get a wick. What I am leaning on, what I am hoping is going to take place, or I should say anticipating to take place, is for it to break out. It could be today, it could be tomorrow. Good thing we do not have this for this week's expirations. We got it out until the 21st. So I'm looking for us to close this week out strong and outperform next week. I will be keeping a close eye on this. If we can get to where we want to go by Friday, right? Just somewhere outside of this order block, we will be in a decent profit. And if that's the case, I will go ahead and close it out early instead of waiting until next week. All right. So that's ARM. Again, we just we in that and we just kind of like waiting for that to to do what it does. All right. What else I want to see? I'm actually taking a cruise. Are you taking a cruise? There was a delay on the live for some reason. It's a delay. Can y'all hear me? I don't know. It look like everything functioning. My little levels are jumping as I'm talking, so we should be good. It might be some YouTube stuff. I don't know. Man, y'all, speaking of YouTube, I feel like, yeah, we'll definitely be in the money, Best Beezy. Man, I feel like me and Zay, Zay started, I would say probably like about maybe a year, maybe a half a year, something before. But us deciding to take this journey on YouTube, man, I'm so glad that we just decided to, because getting to monetization next year is going to be twice as hard, yo. Like, obviously they're saying that they're gonna be paying out more money than ever, but they're talking about like the difficulty has been jacked up to get to monetization. So for anybody that's like thinking about a YouTube journey or doing one or whatever, that it's currently, you got to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours within the same year, right? It can't be combined. It can't be. I mean, these all got to come in the same year. 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours. It don't seem that crazy, because sometimes we tend to go look at people's pages and sometimes you'll see some people with some crazy numbers, right? Some of it's botted, some of it is organic. But when you are on the other side of building a channel and you look at 4,000 watch hours and how it gets there, it is not a simple feat. It is not a simple feat. And I think they're really trying to push like live content. Let me flip back to y'all real quick and then I'll jump back. I think they're really trying to push like live, like broadcasting and streaming and stuff like that, because that's really the only way you're going to get them hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want 8,000 hours now, y'all. 8,000 watch hours before you can even be considered for monetization, while simultaneously accumulating 1,000 subscribers within a year. So what I'm thinking, I'm like, it's either you either going to go viral or you're going to have to do this stuff every day. Go live every day. And like, I'm saying this not to be negative or nothing, but I just want to encourage anybody that's thinking about taking a journey. Like, you got to go at this joint every day live, not just your videos, but live too, because that's going to help you get them numbers, like, to where they need to be to get to monetization. Like, 8,000 is a lot of hours, yo. 8,000 watch hours. So think about this, 8,000 watch hours. Just say the average person click off in like 20 seconds, 30 seconds. I want you to think about it. I want you to just do the math on that. Like, what the numbers need to look like for you to get that. So yeah, shout out to everybody on the journey. You hear me perfectly? All right, cool. How you feeling over there, Daphne? Feeling good? No delay? All right, good. Alchemist, what up? All right, let's get back to the charts, y'all. Again, as you come in, man, hit that like button. Doop, hit that subscribe button. Do not let another day go by not being subscribed to the channel. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you show up, listen, and don't like and subscribe, man? Come on. We better than that. All right, for everybody just joining, I want to do this again and remind you guys, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy on YouTube having fun with his community, sharing what I know, sharing the education and the information for entertainment purposes only. All right, anything you decide to do, you're doing it because you want to do it, you researched it, all that good stuff. Also, if you are trading and you're not getting the results that you want, listen, y'all, it don't gotta be like that. You don't have to trade by yourself. We here. You know what I'm saying? We a fam. All you got to do is lock in with the right community, get in the right environment, and you will see things shift. Right? You know what I personally do when I'm trying to learn something or I'm trying to transition into something? I'm actually currently doing it right now, right? So a lot of y'all know that I've been like on some, I'm the type of person where I feel like if you're not evolving your life and you're not leaning into decisions that are like, that make you a little uncomfortable, you can only go, life is low-key like pinball. You can only go in two directions. You either shooting up or you're falling down. And if you're not making decisions that are challenging your thought process, evolving you, and making you feel a little uncomfortable and making you change your identity, then you are essentially choosing the direction you want to go in, which is decline, regression, right? There's no such thing as maintenance and staying flat and staying the same. It does not exist in life. All right. You either striving and changing and going, in a different direction, dodging, moving forward, or you're just slowly falling back. All right. So we don't want you to slowly fall back. We want you to continue to evolve. And even me, like for the rest of my life, to me, age does not mean anything for when it comes to like evolution and changing. As a matter of fact, you got to do the most changing as you get older because it's so easier to decline. So you got to eat even better when you get older. You got to be more creative when you get older to stay, vibrant. You got to go outside more. You got to do a lot of things more, but I don't know. A lot of people kind of like get older and do less of those things. Anyway, I'm transitioning into, like being more public with my creativity, right? Sharing my art and things with the world a little bit more. And I'm finding that I gotta like get around like different people to create the environment that fosters that, right? So it's like you have to get around people where the thing that you're doing is like, oh yeah, of course we do that. Yeah, that's what we do. If you're not around people that's like, that's what we do about the thing you're trying to do, it's never going to, it's like trying to grow something in the wrong soil, right? It's never going to work out quite how you want it to if you're relying on getting the same excitement and the same information from people that just do not do that. It's no love loss. It's not like you're not going to be, connected to certain people anymore. It's not like that. That's super, that's so dramatic when people be like, oh yeah, got to change my life and I gotta leave my, you don't have to do all that. That's super dramatic. It just means that you do need to spend time in an environment that is doing exactly what you want to do. So with me, like I'm befriending and being around more artists, more producers, more more people that are living currently in the space that I want to be more a part of. All right. So it's the same thing with trading. If you are trying to be a great trader and that you want that to be your new normal, you got to be in the environment where it's already normal to people. That way you never feel like an outsider. You never feel like you're trying to prove a point. You never feel like you're not being like heard and seen. You're not questioning about why you want to do this thing. It's just like, yeah, of course. So me, as I'm transitioning, right? If I'm relying on just anybody, and I'm like, yeah, I'm doing this. I'm about to make this song. I'm about to do this thing. I'm about to put it out. You know what the reaction is going to be? It's going to be very just like, oh yeah, cool. Oh yeah, that's what's up. Oh yeah, that's what's up. Zero information, zero life, zero energy, zero encouragement, zero foresight, right? Zero enthusiasm, zero of the things that you need to really pull it off and get to a place where you can start to, make strides and evolve in that thing. All right. So, and some of that concept comes from this book right here. I talk about this all the time, y'all. Even if you're not trying to be an artist, this is a life book. Some books, as you develop, you realize like, them books ain't even like, it's not even about the title. Like, y'all know one of my favorite books is called Happy Pocket Full of Money, right? Happy Pocket Full of Money, the joint with the orange flowers on it, just say money on the front of it. The more, I read this every year. I read it every year. I read this one every year too. The more that you read Happy Pocket Full of Money and Artist Way, you realize that it's not really about the title. Happy Pocket Full of Money is not just about money. It's about a way of living. It's about a frequency. Artist Way is is not about always just making art. It's about reconnecting to your essence as a human being and getting back in touch with who we are at our core, not who we've been programmed to be. Everybody is an artist. This is not a cliche. This is not some sort of like, everybody really is an artist. You are literally made to create and design and put it out and alchemize, right? That is just how you were. It's just from the beginning of time. That's what you've been, placed here to do. But there are some people who got here first, their lineage, and there's some things that they put in place to deter you from that and to make life more predictable and program you to do certain things. So again, I know I be getting a little off topic sometimes, but sometimes I be feeling like, man, they need to hear this. You know what I mean? Like, because this also, in my opinion, impacts your trading. I'm always letting y'all know, like, your trading ain't just about, it's not just about the information. Because if it was just about the information, like, why does everybody get different results? You know what I'm saying? So I think it's more of a personal journey, but yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all. Definitely, if you haven't read this book, dive into it. You don't got to read it all the way straight through, but just, it should be like a coffee table reference for real. Just, a chapter whenever you feeling evolutionary. All right. Change is the only constant. That's facts. Forever Free, how you feeling? All right, Netflix, Dale, Meta. Let's get to it. Let's get back to it. Netflix, Dale, Meta. Again, y'all, as y'all come in, man, hit that like button for your boy one time. Doop. Doop, doop, doop. I'm gonna make a song called Doop. I'm gonna irritate the shit out of y'all. All right, let's see. Netflix. Okay. I know Nat probably happy. I know she was talking about entering these the other day. She probably happy saying this this morning, up 2%. Yeah, Netflix got a lot of potential. I like Netflix. Y'all see I already got these targets on here drawn. I like Netflix above the 200. So if Netflix can get over that 200 and get to about 77, 75, absolutely would be interested in swinging it. And it looks like it may want to do that. It's opening up like, already above where it closed yesterday, but it also is like looking like it wants to take over the high of yesterday too, which is sitting right about where that 200 EMA is. So if it can break that and fill this fair value gap, I feel like we got a decent shot at it continuing. Would I get it on the weekly? No, I would get Netflix out probably about 30 days. All right, I'm not really super fond of like weekly swings right now because we just kind of got some uncertain times. But again, this is another example of there being no resistance until about $87. All right, like no resistance until we get up here in this area. So yeah, I like Netflix. And again, depending on what it does today, like this could be a solid entry there. If it closes bullish, it may not be a bad swing entry. All right, so that's Netflix. Let's go look at Delhi. Let's go look at Delhi. Oh, I went to the Dell Fund. That's crazy. The Dell Fund. This is not it, y'all. Even though that does look great. That does look great. Yo, I just typed in. I didn't even know Dell had a fund. That's so y'all know how we do TSLL. I guess this is the Dell version. DLL. Hold on, I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like a fund called DL. What? Nah, y'all got to throw that E back in there, yeah. I don't know if I want to be trading something called DLL. The DLLL. Crazy work. Nah, get me up out of here, yo. How I get to DEL? I tried to go to fun. DEL stocks. Y'all tweaking. All right. There we go. Dell Technologies. Dell Technologies is currently pushing. Okay, so it's the same exact setup. Okay, so that is the TSLL version of Dell. I didn't even know Dell had one. So there you go, y'all. If y'all if y'all want to get Dell for the low, then get into DL. L. Down low, low, low. You know what I'm saying? It's up 3.5%. It had a strong day yesterday. Pushing almost 10%. Man, yeah, this looks really good, y'all. This was in a bull flag, as you can see right here. It broke out of the bull flag really today because yesterday, even though it was a strong day, was technically still in the range because of the previous day high. But this is showing that it is broken out of the flag. So this is this had a horizontal channel. It didn't really have much of a pullback, but we'll just make it like that. I like this a lot, actually. I think Dell could go do numbers like it did yesterday, just based off of this. Break out of this flag. So we could even measure where Dell could potentially go by simply doing a measured move, like taking the distance of the flag and just simply attaching it to the breakout. All right, the breakout area. So we're going to take another trend line and we're going to draw the trend line to get the distance of this up move. And it's kind of like I said, it'd be more of an art. So we're gonna start the joint right here. Some people might say, oh, maybe come down to like 160, but no, we'll stop here. And this is on a weekly, y'all. So this could be major, right? This is on the weekly, okay? So if we attach this to the breakout, we're talking, by the end of the year, you know what I mean? Like, it's already broken out here. We talking about going pretty damn far. Again, it's on the weekly, so it's not gonna happen tomorrow or next week or even next month. But we talking about Dell going about 680. Right? Keep this on your chart. We talking about Dell going to about here. Yeah, about 706. All right, major push. Major push taking place to break out this flag, and major push incoming. Here's the way I would, because this is not going to open with a gap, right? It's going to open as just a bar on on the weekly. I don't think gaps show on the weekly, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a gap on the weekly. But anyway, if this closes bullish outside of this flag, I would absolutely be interested in swinging this out for a few months. All right. So I do like Dell, but I just like it longer term. And if today is one of those bullish days, we could get a decent continuation. It's at 503 opening up. I don't see why Dell couldn't push to to about 510 today, right? Get a little pullback, push to about 510. It'll be up maybe like 6% or something like that. So yeah, I like Dell a lot, but the best shot at this, in my opinion, is a closure bullish tomorrow, and before market close, swinging it to the upside out for a couple of months. All right, and again, if you don't want to get the actual Dell, there is a cheaper version of that. I don't really know a ton about DLLL. It could. I'm not sure if it got options on it. I don't really know. I got to look into that, and I'll update y'all and let y'all know. But I really think that's gonna be a good one. All right, Genesis, what's going on, brother? How you feeling? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, you gotta avoid the Debbie Downers. You gotta do that. Yeah, you gotta do that. All right. Can you show the book one more time? I got you, Candy. Here, let me flip back. I got you. All right, so this is the one. Y'all take a screenshot of this. All right. Y'all go ahead and take a screenshot. Amazing book. Julia Cameron is the author. She's also the husband of James Cameron, who's known for Titanic and Avatar. So she's a very creative person in her own right, and she's been around some of the most impactful like minds and stuff like that. But it's like I said, it's a really really good book. I definitely think you should check it out. Fire. You funny, Maxine. Where you been at, Maxine? Hilarious. All right, y'all. It's 5:57. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. I appreciate y'all. Listen, before y'all go, do me a favor. Hit that like button right now. All right. Doop. Hit the like button. All right. Hit the subscribe button. Look, y'all. We almost at 2K. We almost at 2,000, y'all. We almost at 2,000. Listen. I have something. I'm gonna do a giveaway at 2,000. I'm gonna drop something creative at 2,000. I got a few things I'm gonna do for y'all, just to show y'all love when we get to 2,000. So, again, if you new, man, it's a journey. We getting there, right? It's gonna be a major bubble up coming soon, right? But we getting there little by little. 2K starting from nothing. You know what I'm saying? And now I got this, this beautiful, amazing community around me that's showing up and supporting every day. So every day that y'all show up, man, it means the most. Every day that y'all like, comment, or subscribe, or do, whatever you do, engage, it means a lot. All right. So I appreciate y'all. Also, again, those that are new and want to get more detail on how we're going to execute on these plays that we discuss every day, it's time to join the right environment. It's time to join the Prosperity Collective and get around some people that are doing it on a daily basis. All right. Maybe I'll start, scrolling through, I don't know, maybe I'll add something to the screen, just kind of showing you guys results. But we got some real snipers, some real sophisticated traders in the group that's getting to it on a consistent basis, and people are growing. People are coming here, with a certain amount, growing it. You know what I mean? Some people's journey is a little bit different than others, but I believe everybody that's here is here for a reason, right? So if you're looking for that environment to support what you're doing on your own right now to improve your results, the Prosperity Collective is the way. All right. The link is in the description of this video and all my videos. I appreciate y'all. Again, man, go check this one out. All right. It's upside down, but who cares? You know what I'm saying? Go check this one out. And just set an intention before you read it, and just let it move you. All right, I'm about to get up out of here. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Remember, invest smart so you can live free. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Peace. All right, forever free. I see you. Appreciate you.